Call upon my teachers and my teachers' teachers to be present with us today. So this ancient healing wisdom may come through all of us, healing us as we dive deeper into ourselves and our own unfoldment and out into the world for the benefit of all beings. And so it is. Good morning. Okay. Everybody just stretch and allow your body to just kind of move a little bit before we get going into the practice. Just tune into like, what feels sore today? What's feeling stiff today? And giving yourself the permission to just move into those areas. Take some deep breaths into the tightest place in your body. And then exhale. Just allow that tension just flow off of you. And another deep inhale. Fill that space with light, oxygen, and exhale. Let that stagnation just leave the body. And one more time. And just shake it a little bit. Shake, shake, shake. Shake it off. And slowing down, we're going to come into the gentle spinal twist. So allowing your feet to be just a little wider than the hips and parallel, and allow the roots to just drop down deep into the earth and let the roots spread sideways, and allow yourself then to begin to turn gently from side to side. The arms are just like wet noodles, and you're just turning gently, allowing the spine to wake up. Grow a little taller through the crown of the head. And breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just let the tension drain off the shoulders. It's just being flung out the hands as you move. Coming into the present moment with the breath. Breathing in this delicious summer morning. And then when you're ready, you can switch the breath to just in and out through the nose. Breathing deep into the pit of the belly. And let the breath just find its way out through the nostrils. And continuing this breath, we'll do then another minute and a half of this unwinding. We're just bringing chi, awakening every muscle in the body here. Getting ourselves into a place of opening along the spine. So the theme of today's class is courage, and having the courage to ask for what you want. So we are going to do some clearing of the mind so that we can be clear on what we want, which is always a good thing to know first, right? Before you ask for it. And we are going to do some voice opening. So we're going to clear the throat chakra today. And then we're also going to do some clearing and strengthening of the will center. So these are aspects of our being that as women, I feel is really important for us all to really embody at this point in time on the planet. Stepping up more and more for ourselves, and also developing that inner intuition and insight into what is it we're really wanting to create in our lives, rather than by creating by default or what we used to want in the past or who we were in the past. Our practice allows us to really come into the present moment and discover who are we now and what are we looking for now. So I'm excited about this class today. So I was really thinking about it all week. What would be of the greatest service? And I feel that there's just a lot of things happening on the planet right now. Maybe there's someone in this room that is having nothing really significant going on in their lives. And if so, that's awesome, because then you're the only person I know for whom that's the case. Because everyone else I know is feeling a little pushed to their edges about now. So how can we ride these changes? This is what our practice is really for, is to be able to show up with what's happening and still maintaining a calm center, not getting derailed. by whatever is going on around us. But we always have this magical place within us that's connected to the divine and has our own whole set of values and our sovereignty of our own being that gets to interact with what's coming from the outside world. All right, so we'll just take a few more breaths here. If you like, you can close the eyes and just tune into your body. Do a sweep from your feet all the way up to head, and just noticing in your body or any parts of your being that are talking to you right now. And slowing down the spinal twist, we're going to come just like a clock, slowing down to a place of stillness. We'll begin our first posture, the Wuji. So just checking your feet, making sure that you're pressing at the base of the big toe and rolling to the outside of the feet slightly so that you can pull up on the inside of the arches, and relaxing the knees and ankles, and then allow the tailbone to drop, just feeling a weight from the tailbone, flattening the low back and lifting in the front of the hip flexors. This just naturally will tuck the butt, and you're going to stretch the spine tall through the crown of the head from the sacrum. And then feeling suspended from the ceiling or from the heavens by a golden thread. This will also allow the chin to tuck slightly and lengthen the back of the neck. So this is creating a really straight spine here. And then we're going to relax the neck and the shoulders, and the arms are going to curve forward and activate the tips of the fingers. So you're connecting the energy of the fingers also into the earth, making a very grounded posture. In essence, you have 5 points of contact with the earth, your 4 limbs, and the tail that's going to extend out from your tailbone. So making you super solid and grounded. And then we're going to spend a minute and a half in silence here and just allow yourself to completely dissolve. Imagine you're just going back into the oneness of all things. All that's left is a little bit of consciousness in the middle of your head saying, yes, you exist. But everything else falls away, your body, your personality, your thoughts, your emotions. You just get to breathe. Take 2 more deep breaths here, into the nose, out through the mouth. If your thoughts are wandering, bring them back in every microsecond through the breath. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Exhaling out. I release all that no longer serves me in this moment. And from this expanded space, I invite you to set an intention for your practice today. And that could be something related to the theme of the class or anything else you're working on in your life. And make the intention, if you so desire, something that's a concrete phrase or a word, or perhaps an image that represents what it is you're looking to create in yourself. And it's going to come into the mind, the center of the mind, what that is. And when you feel that intention really strongly and clearly, allow the intention, like it has a weight to it, to drop down into the heart center. And then feel it land in the heart center and feel the resonance of your intention with your heart. And if the heart lifts and says, yes, that means your intention is in alignment with your heart and what you truly desire. But if your heart sinks or just feels kind of flat, you may want to tweak your intention a little bit until you get that lift inside, that confirmation. The heart never lies, right? So it's going to tell you, like, yes, this is truly what I'm looking to create. It's not just what the mind thinks you should create, but what your true being really wants. And then when you feel that, like, yes, allow that intention to release from your center outwards in 360 degrees, just like a pebble dropping into a pond. Those ripples of your thought, your intention are going out into the universe, into the field of all possibilities. And then gently open the eyes. I'm going to seal that intention in with 3, pulling down the heavens. Inhale, stretching the spine tall. Reach for a column of light from the sun, moon, and stars, and bring that down through the crown of the head. A column that's wide enough to wash through the entire body. And it's cleansing on the way down and pushing stagnation out through the soles of the feet into the earth. And already we're beginning to get the chi to move, already aligning with that divine purpose. As we feed the Tai Chi pole, which is that long tube of energy that runs underneath the chakras, housing the eternal soul. And last time, reaching up and pulling that light in. Beautiful. Okay, so first we're going to clear the stagnation in the body. We're going to begin with doing the meridians. So we're going to bend the knees and inhale, raking your energy fingers all the way through the legs as you pull up the inside of the thighs, gathering the stagnation into the palms. And then we're going to go down around the outside of the legs. And all that stuff that's no longer needed, it's in the palms right now. And then we exhale, release it to the earth. And we'll do that again. We'll do this a few times. Inhale up, just bending the knees, getting the chi flowing in the lower part of the body, and directing the flow of your body's natural energy. We want the energy to come up the yins and then down the yangs to flow in this pattern. And we're clearing those meridians, those long rivers of light that run from the toes all the way up and into the internal organs. We're clearing the pathways. Maybe 2 more here. You may feel some heat moving as the circulation begins to increase. Your blood flow is beginning to move and the lymph is beginning to move. Beautiful. And shake out the hands, release that stagnation so it doesn't gather in the palms. And then we're going to come to a bow stance and feeling yourself centered between the 2 legs. The front knee is bent slightly, the back knee is a bit straighter, and then we can easily move between the 2. So we're going to extend the same arm as leg, make your other, extend those energy fingers, and we're going to inhale as we bend the knee forward and then pull back and rake through this arm and release out, gathering the stagnation through these meridians, these long rivers of light that run from the fingers, the internal organs, clearing the pathways, opening the channels here. Excellent. And we're sort of going all the way up around the shoulder, underneath the armpits, so we're really clearing even any stagnation that's in the lymph nodes underneath the arm. 3 more times on this side. This back and forth, shifting the weight motion is also helping to pump the chi and the lymph and the blood through the body. So just getting things really moving here, even on a hot day. And then the last time we're going to come up the back of the arm, hands and feet to center, and turn to the other side. Inhale up the back of this arm. Just imagine you're really cleaning these channels, and your palms, the active palms acting like a vacuum cleaner. It's sucking all that stuff in. It's getting stirred up by the energy fingers running through, opening up these channels, using the breath also to release the stagnation. Really good, everyone. Okay, one more here. And then come up the back of the arm, hands and feet to center. And we are going to clear the head. So let's shake the hands off. And then we're going to rub the fingers together. We're going to grow those energy fingers long. And they're going to go through the head and clear the mind, gathering stagnation as we rake the fingers through and pulling it into the palms. And we're going to release out of the body right below the collarbones. We're just going to give it to the earth. Excellent. Carry on. And we're just going to keep clearing the mind with each pass. You're pulling anything out, you're vacuuming any old thoughts, any looping thoughts, anything that no longer serves you in your mind. And you don't need to identify it or know what it is. You're just saying to yourself, you're setting the intention, whatever's in my mind that's no longer serving me, I'm pulling it out of my body, giving it to the earth to be composted, leaving more room and space and clarity. We'll do 3 more here. And you let the hands also wash over the face, just clearing fatigue, wrinkles out of the face as we bring more lightness into the head. Beautiful last time here. And shaking to release the hands. Okay, excellent. Look really good. We're going to inhale to the center now and bend one knee. And then we're going to pass the arms in front and back of the body on the exhale. Swinging the arms vigorously. And so we're shifting the weight. We're keeping the knees forward and turning the torso to create a squeeze and release right in the groin area. This is really wringing out the lymph nodes that are in this area. So we want to squeeze and release. We're creating a flushing of the lymph system, also under the arms. So this is a really great way to just clear. If you feel like something's trying to get you, or you just feel like a little under, this exercise is great for just pumping the lymph through the body. And the lymph, as you know, contains so many elements of our immune system. And white blood cells, lymphocytes, T cells, we're going to get all that moving through the body, creating a situation of health, letting our body's own immune system go in and take out abnormal cells wherever they may be in the body. So we're working on a lot of levels here, also just clearing our fields in general. Okay, whatever's not serving you, see out of your fields, look gone. I'm going to do 2 more to each side. And then when you're ready, we'll come back to center, bring the heels together. And we're just going to lightly here, just bounce and bring stagnation now in all the muscle groups to the surface. Very gently, just a little. I'm going to come to the toes and drop the heels more heavily. And that's going to release stagnation from all the muscles in your body. Last time here. Good. And now we're going to bounce all the organs, all the connective tissue, any adhesions that are in the organs. We're just kind of stirring them up a little bit. Rise to the toes and release that stagnation is coming out. Good. Last time. And now come to the Taiji pole. We're going to shake that up. Just like imagine that column of light in deep inside. And we're shaking it up, getting it all agitated. Come to the toes and a blast of white light from the core in all directions. Last time. Excellent. And step wide. We're just going to do some trembling horses. And just move that old energy. And 3 more. Very good. Excellent. And we'll just do one going down the heavens. Inhale up. I know, right? Inhale and bring that light in. So much more space inside now so that all that light can go in and fill those cells. Beautiful. Okay. And just take a sip of water. That's just the first part of the clearing. And We're going to move into getting a little more specific with our exercises. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to work on clearing the lungs so that we can then really move into clearing the solar plexus. All right, so I'm going to make your energy fingers long again. And those energy fingers are going to penetrate through the whole body. Imagine the tips coming out the back. And then we're going to move those fingers as we straighten the knees, inhaling and then exhaling. And as we're rotating, we're stirring up anything that's in this area, the heart and lung area. And as all that stuff is being stirred up, once again, we're vacuuming it into the palms. The Qigong, that's the official name of what the energy centers in the palms, and they can pull stagnation out of the body. So now your hands are getting filled with this heaviness. It's feeling lighter and lighter in the chest, but heavier and heavier in the palms. And when you're ready, like, okay, I'm filled with all this stuff. I'm going to pull the same points below the collarbones. We're just going to pull them out and into the earth, just picturing all that stuff leaving you. And then again, we'll penetrate through with the fingers and open. And it's easy, right? But it's all about the intention, being really present with each micro movement. What is it doing inside you? Clearing the lungs. We're clearing the physical lungs of any stuff that may have gathered in there. We're also clearing the energetic lungs. So we're clearing the emotions, heaviness or depression, or just overwhelm. That's that feeling, making you feel like, oh God, everything's so heavy. And the head just wants to come forward and the shoulders collapse. So we're counteracting that feeling. We're lifting the heart and opening, feeling ourselves getting lighter and lighter, hands getting full. We're going to pull out again, just like imagine sticky stuff just leaving with like slime or like dense smoke. And do that one more time here. Clearing, lifting the heart, pulling out those old, maybe it's old grief, sadness, old heartbreak. All of that can just come back in right into the hands. And this was so beautiful about Qigong is we're getting directly to the source of whatever may be affecting us emotionally or physically or mentally. We're just going right after the energetic patterns within us rather than needing to talk about it or identify it or analyze it. We can just move the Qi. Okay, last time I was figuring that out. And now we're going to gather Qi. So we created a little space. Now we're going to huge armful of white light and then open these centers and imagine they're emitting a light and filling the space now. So the lungs are being filled with this energy of integrity, feeling at oneness. That's the root of the word integrity, just like the word integer, it means whole. So we're creating this wholeness inside ourselves so we're not fragmented. Sometimes we have all these different voices inside, right? And like this voice wants to do that, and this voice is like saying this, and you're like, which part of me is the real me, right? So we're pulling all that together and filling with this white light as we released old stuff. Slowing the breath, dropping deeper and deeper, and creating that inner visualization. So you can see even at the microcosmic level, the tiny cells of your lungs opening, receiving the light. They're like, thank you, receiving the light, getting more and more oxygen in here. Oxygen is going to go all the way through the body, obviously through the bloodstream, feeding all the organs. So this can even be a totally small movement because it's so much about directing the Qi with the mind. The motion is moving the Qi as well, and the breath is continuing to feed. These are the three elements of Qigong. And this is something you can do in bed. You could do it in a wheelchair. You can do this on the bus. You could do this waiting in line in a briar patch. Anywhere you are, you can be doing this really subtly. No one will even notice what you're doing. You can be doing your practice and filling yourself with that sense of who you are and slowing it down more and more until we just come to a pause. And then really see that light sinking deep in and going also into the heart. Hearts can feel so heavy sometimes. So we're giving it light. We're saying, hey, how are you doing in there, heart? What's going on? I'm bringing you some light and some love here. You can feel your heart beating. Interesting. I know it's how much my heart is moving. I don't know about you guys, but, and it's not like we've been running a marathon, right? But we're moving the chi. And that means that we say the blood follows the chi. So if the chi is moving, the blood is moving more through. So we're moving more circulation through, creating more movement in all of the organs. And so the physical form is following what the chi is doing. Okay, so now we've got enough light absorbed into the lungs. Anything extra, I'll just move it down to the lower Dantian. And now we're going to come to a version of Om Harim, but we're going to do it in the solar plexus and the throat as well as the mind. So Om Harim is where we use sound to clear. Sound is purgative. If you radiate sound through something, it's breaking up stagnation and it moves it out of our field. So sound is really, really powerful. But I personally believe that sound is the most powerful force in the universe. Om, right? The Big Bang. God said Om and boom, the whole universe was created or something like that. So making those energy fingers long, and we're going to inhale and then we're going to open the crown of the head with those fingers as we bow down, taking a deep inhale, and then we're going to make the sound Om. Om. And that sound is going to clear the energy. It's going to move upwards into the heavens. Om. And close your lips, and the vibration is going to help clear the head. Om. Om. Beautiful. Om. Om. I'll do 3 more times and really seeing any stagnation left in the upper part of your body, clearing out the top. Om. Om. And last time. Om. Perfect. And just seal that portal, because we created a portal here. So we're just going to seal that. So nothing is going to come in that we're not inviting. And we're going to come down to the throat now. And we're going to also use the sound Om, and we're going to clear out. So the fingers are going to penetrate through the back and they're going to crack open, and clearing anything out that's in the throat. So any blocks to expression, any stuff stuck around the thyroid, whatever may be in there. So we're just going to open and clear the center. And imagine it leaving out the front with the sound. So we're going to inhale and then exhale out. Om. Really feel the vibration in that area. That's going to clear it. Om. 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 last time. Beautiful. And again, seal right out in front here. It's retaining that energy. And we're going to come down to the heart. We're going to do the sound har. So here again, we're going to let the fingers go all the way through back. Imagine you're cracking open your rib cage, and anything that's stuck in your emotional center that you don't want, it's just going to be leaving the stagnation out the front with the sound har. So inhale and open up and ha. You can visualize a gray cloud leaving the heart. Ha. Awesome. Clearing out heartbreak, disappointment. More. Last one. And seal. And before we move on, we're just going to shake out the arms. So you can do the trembling horse if you want. And in fact, I really encourage everyone that any time and during the day when you're feeling like things are just kind of like this, just shake it off, right? All animals do this. They do it all the time. My dogs are constantly, something happens and they're like, shake it off. And then they're just do. Right? Same with the cat. He tries to get up on the chair, but he's too fat, so he falls off. And he's looking at me and he just goes, he's like, it's cool. And it's just like, to watch is so powerful. It's really something that I think we can all tap into so much more. You see somebody, you just like, that person, you just walk down the stairs, leave behind you. You don't need to hold it, right? You just move it on out. Okay, so we're going to come down to the solar plexus. So this place right here, that's the bottom of the breastbone. This is our will center, right? Our third chakra. And we'll also do some work with the kidneys that's connected here. The will, like, yes, I want this. I want this. I'm going to follow through and make it happen. So anything that's in here, this is also in traditional Qigong called the yellow cord. And it's an area where we store people's perceptions, people's cordings to us. This is where beliefs that our parents have put onto us, we take it in as though it's ours and we identify with it. So by clearing this stuff out, clearing these cords, we get to come back to, who am I? What do I want? And so I feel like it's really powerful for us to clear this out. You can even imagine just those cords just popping out. And don't worry, you're not going to lose anything that you really want. It's just the stuff that you don't want. So because that's the intention of the practice. Right. Long under your fingers. We're going to do the same sound, har here. So penetrating through all the way through that solar plexus, we're going to crack that open and a little bit lower note. Hum. Now you don't have to follow my note, but you want to feel the vibration in that spot because that's what's clearing out. Hum. Three more times. Excellent. And we're going to seal here. Close that portal. Beautiful. We're going to do one more, just going to clear out the whole belly area and digestion and anything in the reproductive organs and bladder. So this sound is Hreem, H-R-E-E-M, and we're going to come up through the perineum all the way up to where we just cleared, and the whole lower area is going to be cleared out. And we pick a low tone and trying to really feel the vibration in the belly. That's going to break up whatever's in here. So we inhale and and everything's just descending into the earth, pushing it out. Kind of a modified squat, right? Just and last time. Fantastic. And we're just going to seal down here and shake it out. Very good. Just like take a sip of water or something. All right. I'm going to do one more clearing, and then we're going to get into really feeling and balancing these parts. But it just felt like the clearing was the most important thing today. Like, just there's so much in here. It's just like, give me some more space so I can think or I can feel. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting to feel it. And I'm like, okay, things have just kind of taken everything down a notch. It's not all, it's like, okay, yes. And then one thing at a time, right? So this is called the old man. And this is we've cleared all these energy centers. And woohoo, the old man. And this is going to help to clear our fields, our Wei Qi fields that extend about 6 feet around us. So any old memories, traumas, things that are stored out here, where the vibration is going to come through the motion, it's going to clear all that out. And then it's going to raise all the stuff up, stagnation, and then we're going to cut the cords. And then that's going to just release, and it's all just going to drift outside our fields. So inhale up, and we're going to make the sound ah-oh descending. Oh. Beautiful. Oh. 3 times. Oh. Hands to the shoulders and bend at the waist. And make the sound shh. Vigorously moving the arms, scissoring them back and forth. Let the head be heavy. Press all the air out with the belly. And when all your air is done, then you inhale for the next round. Oh. Oh. 3 more rounds. Last time. And just stay bent forward. Take a couple breaths here. The head be heavy. Stretch out the spine here. And feel yourself lifting in the tops of the backs of the thighs. Bringing the weight centered over the feet. One more breath. And then bending the knees and rolling up slowly. Really tuning in to the vertebrae and seeing that they stack one on top of the other. Keeping the head heavy for last. Rolling over, open the shoulders when you come to the shoulders. Lifting the heart. And finally bringing the head up. And we'll just do some quick neck rolls just to loosen this area. Inhale back and exhale forward. We'll just do 3 in each direction. Breathing into those tight areas, those crunchies. And then when you're ready, bring the head back up to center, pick up the feet, and then come to balance on one leg. Just tune into how's your balance today. If you're having trouble balancing, imagine there's a deep root going into the earth. Drop the tailbone. You can also extend the hands out and descend to the middle finger. That helps with balance. The cat stance. Again, come into the other side. Notice which side is maybe a little less stable than the others. And then come back to the other side, the first side. And then back again. Good. Great. Okay. Good. Just check our balance, make sure that we can do that thing. Okay, now we're going to begin to some fill. We're going to bring in a bunch of energy. So this most comprehensive way of doing this, we're going to do the golden ball. Then we're going to do fill the kidneys to help with the will center. And then we're going to do a special little thing for the throat. So the first one is called the golden ball. So it's probably the most complicated exercise that we do in this series, but it's really not that bad. So just follow along. Inhale, rock forward on the feet. Exhale, rock back on the heels. Find that sweet spot where you're definitely moving, but you're not falling over and you're not holding tension in the knees. You're nice and springy. So it's just an easy pumping motion. Inhale forward, rocking back. Okay, now we're going to bring in the arms. So we're going to gather a ball of golden, dense earth chi to the lower dantian as we inhale forward, rock back, bring that ball to the heart. Inhale, open, stretch the heart wide, and exhale, gather it back to the heart. Inhale up to the head, exhale down to the heart. Inhale forward to the lower part of the body, and then exhale, release. That's one full cycle. So we're just going to Continue on. The more relaxed you are, the more the chi will flow through. And this is just really bringing chi into these major areas of the body, the three dantians, these three energy centers, the belly, the chest, and the head. And we're also balancing the amount of chi that's in every part of our body. This is a regulatory exercise and also tonifying. And tonifying means we're bringing more chi into our bodies because we cleared out a bunch of stuff. So we want to replace that clearing with this fresh chi. So seeing that dense ball of light, it's super radiant and golden. So the hands are directing the chi, just like the conductors are moving the energy around, but also really gathering and bringing more in. And when you get really familiar with the exercise, of course, you can close your eyes and drop into your own timing, or you can continue to follow along with me and moving the breath and just visualizing that ball, your own internal sun. So we're filling the mind or filling the heart and filling the physical body. I'm going to do this for 2 more minutes. So tuning in as you're moving. Are your shoulders relaxed? One thing that can help really with the flow of chi is imagining that you're underwater. So you're moving in slow motion. That really helps to have your body moving the chi without holding tension in the muscles. Good. So the pumping, the rocking back and forth, that's helping to balance the fire and water of the body, to regulate temperature, balancing the heart and the kidneys. So this is really a full body tonifying. It's bringing life force to all parts. And 1 more minute. Beautiful movements. And you'll complete whatever round you're on and do 1 more full round. And just seal it with 1 point on the heavens, bringing that silver light in to meet all that gold light. So the heavenly light is bringing in to meet the earthly, combining together. Take a breath. Just pause and notice how you feel. You feel a little lighter in parts of your being, maybe more positive. Maybe the heart feels lifted. Okay, now we're going to and we're going to energize the kidneys now. So the kidneys here, and one on each side, and on top of the kidneys is the adrenal glands. So as we're going to fill these kidneys, we're going to bring this whole level of stress that's inside the cortisol. Everything's just going to go, level's going to drop as we really fill this area. So you're going to imagine you're standing in a pool of water, say down at the river, and we're going to sweep the hands over the surface of the water. We're going to inhale and pull that water energy into the kidney on one side, and exhale, you're going to push out the stress, push out the fatigue, and then come to the other kidney. Inhale here and flood this area with a beautiful blue light, sweeping the water blue light energy in and filling the kidneys. And then exhale, push out fear, push out fear of failure, push out fear of not being enough, and replacing with the light of your free will, your this is you choosing what you want in life, and you have the energy to follow through and do it. So we're building our physical reserves of energy here, like charging up our batteries. And we're also sending that message to the adrenals, like, hey, we're calm here now. We're calming down. We just let go of the fight or flight or the stress or the looping, all that stuff. Like, we don't need that. We're coming into the present moment. We're just focusing on filling and calming. I'm going to do this for 1.5 more minutes. So the more you visualize those kidneys getting plump and filled with the blue light, absorbing, that will be the more that you feel this deep well of strength within you. Thirty more seconds. Excellent. And twice more to each side. And bringing the hands around to the front and run them together. Bring the feet into the hands and just place them over the kidneys for a moment. Just seal the chi in there. Just feel it sinking deep in. All the kidney tissue is being restored, relaxed, flooded with hydration, this fresh supply of energy. Just feel them go, thank you. Okay, great. Again, release the hands. And now we're going to give the throat some love. We're going to restore, balance the thyroid, the throat, the expression, all the levels that the throat represents. And so the color of the throat chakra is a beautiful turquoise. So we're going to grab some turquoise energy from the sky, from the heavens, the heavenly rainbow. We're going to pull that turquoise blue energy into creating an energy ball. And I invite you to activate this energy ball with an intention. And it could be for simply self-expression or whatever you like that's related to the throat. And you're going to take that and you're going to blow that intention into the energy ball. Now it's charged up. And so we're going to take that ball and we're just going to energize it even more. So we're going to give ourselves this ball of energy and we're going to move it all the way up to the throat. So it's going to be outside the throat, but imagine that this similar shaped ball is inside the throat. A beautiful blue ball inside the throat. And as it's turning, it's gathering more chi to it, more strength, more power into it. Seeing that ball inside the throat, imagining how it's just radiating and glowing. And as we're turning the exterior ball here, bringing more and more chi to it, activating this ball even more. We're just going to do this for 30 seconds. They're going to put this ball right into the throat. So really just charging up with each motion here. I'm pulling chi into this ball and making it more and more dense and more energized. It's the motion that's creating the movement of the chi. So we're activating the intention. Seeing that ball in the throat spinning, getting denser and brighter and brighter. Just a few more turns here. And then slowing down, we're just going to take that ball, slide one hand into the other, and we're just going to allow that ball of energy to go right into the throat. We're just going to press right in there, meeting that other ball that's in there. The two are going to come together. And then placing one hand at the back of the neck. And just take a couple breaths here. Feel that whole area just receiving and opening. And notice how the throat chakra, it's a portal. It runs directly through the Taiji pole, that line that's your soul is housed there. It's running right through the center of the throat. So this is where you get to express yourself, your soul's purpose, your soul's desire. And then you can release the hands gently, feeling that ball and all that fullness of energy here. And we'll just seal that in with one pulling down the heavens. Beautiful. And we'll do one last exercise. This is just going to balance the yin and the yang of our being. So if we're someone who talks too much and too much expression, and we drain ourselves because we're always trying to talk things through, or we're somebody who doesn't say enough, that's the yin and the yang of expression. So we're going to inhale up and then exhale forward. And we're going to ripple the spine. So as we move backwards, we're moving into the yin aspects of our being, the passive or receptive part of ourselves. Sometimes we need to receive and we just need to listen. And sometimes we need to move forward into the yang part of our being, that pushing out into the world, that saying, here I am, this is what I want, I'm going for it. And so this is just allowing us to balance that. If we have too much yang energy, we can sink back into the yin and just listen a little more, maybe do some inner work before we express ourselves into the world, or realize there's other ways of working things out than by talking about it. Becoming clear within our own beings, or communicating telepathically. Or if we're feeling like, yeah, I don't really speak up enough for myself, I don't really say what I want, or I hold back, or I'm afraid of saying the wrong thing. Here, just gathering the yang energy, like, no, I'm going to go for it, I'm going to say it, and we'll see what happens. I'm not afraid to speak myself, and I may not get it right the first time, and that's okay. It's practice makes perfect. Okay, and we're going to do 3 more this side. And then we're going to bring the hands up overhead and turn to the other side just to balance the right and the left of the body as well. So inhaling up and exhaling forward and just rippling the spine. Excellent. And we'll do 3 more here. Bring the hands up overhead, turn back to center. Allow the arms to just come down along the sides, but then we'll seal in this part of the practice with 3, pulling down the heavens. So it's just inhaling up, stretching tall. And bringing that refreshing, silvery, heavenly light within to our beings, bringing that lightness of purpose all the way down to the feet. Last time. And when you come down to the belly, just place the hands on the lower dantian. Pause for a moment. Fill yourself with qi. Feel yourself strong in your warrior being. And then open the eyes gently, and we'll come to lying down or seated, whatever you like for your meditation. This is the time when your body gets to really deeply absorb all the way in, down to the DNA, down to the cells. All this qi is just generated as we do a guided visualization. As comfortable as you can. Just feel that. Good job in your practice today. So this is going to be a really simple meditation today. We're really just going to be dropping into our hearts. So use this as a chance to rest if you like, or follow along with the words. Now picturing yourself in your favorite place on the planet, someplace you just love to go. It could be someplace even in your house. It could be a place in nature, just someplace that for you represents safety, beauty, a place where you can be truly yourself. Imagine yourself in that space. And then you may be lying down now. In your vision, you're seated in a meditational posture. And now see yourself glowing with that life force energy. Imagine that your whole body is filled with a beautiful, brilliant white light. And that white light extends to about 1.5 inches all the way around your body, your physical form. So you have this glowing white halo in addition to your whole body filled with a white light. Glowing and powerful and strong. And now imagine surrounding that layer of white light, extending from the edge of the first layer to about 1.5 to 2 feet all the way around you. A layer of blue light. Fill that whole layer with the blue light, any color blue that you feel drawn to today. So your core, your protected white light core, surrounded by this layer of blue. Then finally, from that edge of that second layer, extending to 5 to 6 feet all around you, a layer of rose-colored light. the vibration of love surrounding those other 2 layers. So you have these 3 layers protecting you, filled with the energy of positivity. And now as you see yourself in the center of these 3 layers of glowing light, allow the consciousness point in the middle of your head to drop down into the center of the heart. And visualize in the middle of the heart a beautiful throne room. Imagine what your throne room inside looks like. It could be very plain and simple, or it could be ornate and filled with beautiful tapestries. And there's a throne in the middle of it. And there inside on the throne, in your inner being, is your inner empress. That queenly part of your being that we say in Qigong, the ruler of your being, the wisest part of you. Also intersecting with your eternal soul that runs right through the middle of the heart, right through the middle of the throne room. This is this eternal aspect of yourself that came here to this planet at this time with a mission. So dropping your awareness into your inner empress. And maybe you're sitting facing her, having a conversation, or maybe you're merging with her and becoming one with the empress. See what works for you today. And then having a conversation with her. Maybe something like, remind me again why I came here. What is my heart's desire? What am I most longing for? And how do I take the steps towards that? What is the next step on my journey of my heart's desire, my life purpose here? And be open, opening the inner ears to listening to what your inner empress is saying, what she's guiding you towards. And it may be telepathic communication in the form of images. Maybe it's not words. Everyone's a little different. But just trusting that what's coming forward is true and real. It's not the mind here. Now identifying what it is that you do want and trusting that your heart's desire is one and the same with your mission and your purpose. Your heart is the guide. Now imagine yourself expressing that heart's desire. Maybe there's someone you need to share it with. Maybe there's someone you need to clear something with. to move forward. Maybe there's something you need to ask for. And it may be in words, it may be in writing, but it's using that power of the throat chakra to bring into manifestation what your heart is showing you. Take it from the blue jays outside. They're asking for what they want. They are letting it out and saying it. And now letting the thoughts go and just listening. Listening to the songs of the birds. And taking some deep breaths in. Breathe your spirit body back into your physical body. Wiggle fingers and toes and move your head from side to side and rotate your wrists and ankles. Take your time. When you're ready, you can turn curled onto one side. If you feel like doing a little spinal stretch, you can do that. Whenever you're ready, but take your time and be true to yourself. You can come back to a seated position. And inhaling, bring the hands up overhead, the right and the left hand meeting together, joining in the center line and drawing that line down through the middle of the head into the middle of the heart and bowing the head to the heart. And then telling yourself in your heart how much you love yourself, how much you appreciate yourself. And thank you for this practice today. Thank you for honoring your deep level of healing. Then if you'd like to share some healing energy with someone, maybe you know somebody who's really having a hard time and you have such an abundance of chi now, you're able to share it with that person. So imagine a person sitting right in front of you, their energy body present. You're going to inhale deep into your hands and then extend them forward from the heart and blow some golden light right into that person's energy body. Feel them light up, absorb it, and then feel how it comes back like a wave right back into your own heart. We give thanks for this ancient wisdom so that we may empower ourselves, loving ourselves, allowing our unique voices to be heard in the world, so that as we raise the vibration of our own beings, we're creating a higher consciousness for not only this planet, but for all the universe. Give great thanks for today. Thank you so much for being here. Really happy to have you all here. And I wish you a beautiful, empowered, and expressive day.